8 seconds away, and there's going to be a higher start. 50 points according to the pre-open in the Nifty, the Sensex up 200 plus points. So the very first rates are on your screen. We'll get to stocks in just a bit right after that. 22,414. So like yesterday, right into that resistance zone, which is between 22,400 and 22,500, roughly, rounding off those numbers. Like yesterday, there's a bit of a pull down straight off. 40 points. Will it be quiet like yesterday, at least in the index, while the broader market continues to do well? We'll see. But it's a 50-point higher start on the Nifty. The Sensex is up about 180. Mid-cap index is up 0.5%. And I think you've got the small-cap index, which is also starting in the green. But lots of stocks to react to. Sonia's got those. Sonia.
Thanks a lot for that. I think Tata Consumer, right, straight off the back is under pressure. Now, it was a mixed bag for the company this time around, but I think there are some pressure pockets that the street doesn't like. Tata Consumer down 3.5%. Tata Elxsi, it was a weak quarter for them. Clearly, there was margin pressure that Tata Elxsi has seen. So that stock is not looking good, down almost 3.5% right now. You have two big numbers coming out later in the afternoon and evening. So there's HUL and there's Axis Bank. HUL has been underperforming the street for very long. Axis Bank expected to be a decent set of numbers, so up almost about 0.6%. In fact, for Axis Bank, the loan growth is expected at 14% year on year. So keep an eye out on that. ICICI Pru has seen a VNB margin decline. The margins have fallen, for the company. The core VNB has fallen 26% year on year. And that is the main reason why there is pressure on the stock this morning, down almost about 6%. Let's move it to Nelco now. The EBITDA has fallen 13%. The margins are down 250 basis points year on year. So Nelco is seeing some pressure as we speak. Puravankara, the company has bagged rights to redevelop 2,000 crore project in Mumbai. And most of these South-based players are going big in the Mumbai region. We've heard about Prestige as well of late. So just keep an eye out on this stock. And finally, I'm looking at Bajaj Finance, a brokerage view here. MK has initiated a buy on Bajaj Finance. They have a target price of 9,000 on the stock, which is a big upside to the current market price. They say most of the worries with respect to the regulatory comments, etc., are now behind the company, and there is a lot of growth going ahead. So Bajaj Finance trending in the green. But otherwise, for the market, it's not a bad opening at all. You'd have to say 40 points higher, and the Nifty standing tall above that 22,400 mark. Back to you.
All right, thanks a lot for that, Sonia. Well, keep an eye out on a few stocks. We just had a chat with Cyan, DLM, and the stock is flying away. It's up close to around 13%. The management is confident of 30% growth. They're saying they can effectively, double their revenues with the current investments that they've made, and they're guiding for margin improvement, ROC as well, moving to 15 to around 25%. The street loves it. Stock up close to around 12% on. 361, that's the other big mover, reacting to its numbers up more than 10% as we speak. So that one clearly is flying away. What's not doing too well? Huhtamaki India, well, that came out with a set of numbers, wasn't too good. So that stock is under pressure. It's down close to around 5%. With volumes as well picking up, Huhtamaki India should come up in the screen, down 7%. Spark continues to reel under pressure. Remember that negative news flow has been coming about, and more than 1 lakh shares getting traded in the first minute itself. But there's no exit, if you burnt part of that 1 lakh shares out. So that one, in fact, is seeing some selling. Welspun Corp, there was an order win that was announced earlier today. So that stock is higher in today's trading session. And GMR Power, post that large trade that took place, GMR Power is just moving from circuit to circuit. So that one's up another 5% as we speak. Jyoti Structures, the other one, moving higher on volumes. Yesterday they announced there were some hopes of getting an order coming in from Africa. And today as well, it's one of the top volume movers. Now, in fact, dipped into the red. So there is some selling. Yesterday it was locked up at upper circuit with a gain of around 5% odd. So good looking screen, Prashant. You have only 230 stocks that are declining. I think that's telling you the story. The headline index consolidate stocks want to do a thing of their own.
Oh, absolutely. And, it's the market. So yesterday as well, Nigel, the market breadth was good. And the mid-cap and small-cap indices ended 1%, 1.25% higher by close, 330, while the Nifty, of course, ended absolutely flat, 14, 15 points higher after giving up gains from the highs. So there is a lot of action. So it's a vibrant market, even as the Nifty kind of quietens down a little bit. So 40-odd points, holding above the 22,400 zone at this point in time. So more... maybe just a few names before I bring in Vineet Samre, who I told is ready with us. Maybe look at the broader market picture. I think we did mention quite a few names, but Cochin Shipyard is up another 5% this morning. We were talking about the shipbuilders in the morning, right? So momentum, absolute momentum. Garden Reach is another 5.5% higher. So Both these names are catching momentum, and you've got, I think, we're asking Mitesh, and Mitesh was saying Cochin is his pick there. Garden Reach is up about 6%, but Mazgaon Dock is another one which is up about 4%. So 2340, 2341 on Mazgaon right now. 361, that reported numbers, the wealth management company, it's up 10%. So 840, numbers are good. And, it's at about 833. Lots of initiations over the last 3 or 4 months on this one. Max Healthcare, which had corrected a little bit, that is up about 3.5%, 4% right now. And Sudarshan Chemicals, which had a big move yesterday, it's following up with another 2.5%, 3% move right now as well. So, it's a good-looking screen. GE Shipping is up about 4% as well, if you really want to go down the list. But volumes are a little lacking at this point of the day. Idea, of course, huge volumes, is the number 2 volume traded stock right now, but it's down 3.5% after yesterday's 10-11% move higher. The other one is Tejas Networks, had a big one-way rally yesterday. It's just cooling off a little bit, 1%, 1.25% or so.
Just one more point, Prashant. MOIL is moving up and the volumes are very, very high. More than 1 million shares have got traded in the first 2 minutes itself. Yesterday, there was massive delivery-based buying. The reason is that global manganese ore prices are moving up. And the street is hoping that come May 1st, you could see a price increase. We'll have to see whether or not that comes about. There is some disruption in an Australian mine, and that could be the reason. But volumes very, very high in comparison to what we see for the day.
Absolutely. Well,